So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I've just finished a workout and I thought it was only appropriate that I turn on the camera, turn on the microphone, and we collectively work out what is going on at The View. If you couldn't already tell, I'm a British dude. I think the accent might give it away. I don't get the privilege, the absolute honor of turning on my TV screen and wasting my time by tuning in to The View. But when I see more and more people talk about it, I see it appear on my timeline, I research it more, and I put myself through the pain of watching some of the clips, I start to understand and realize why it gets the hate it does. From what I can see, right, and I may be wrong, somebody let me know, but it's just a group of people who think they know a lot and say a lot without actually saying anything intelligent at all. Kind of like in the UK, you know, we've got Loose Women. Both shows pass their sell-by date, and get rid of them. And let's be honest with each other, right? For anybody that watches The View, I think you can agree with me, unless it's Whoopi Goldberg complaining and moaning about something Elon Musk has done on Twitter or whatever, then it's Sunny Hostin, and she's been on a roll recently. The hate she's been delivering like it's Amazon Prime delivery is insane, and there's so much. We have a lot to react to today, so I hope you're sat back and you're relaxed. The first thing that I want to talk about that Sunny and the rest of the haters decided to do on their TV show is the lies they decided to purport to the thousands, the millions of people that may be watching, right? And the funny thing is about all of that is the fact that if you or I did such a thing, we may get in trouble for doing something like they just did. But because it's The View, they get away with it. Oh, no, it's The View. It's fine. And why is that? Maybe it's because it's the only view people want people to know about. Who knows? But regardless, take a listen.
But I will say this, just like the Latina saved the Senate, young voters saved this country. And we need to really understand that we are supposed to leave this world in a better place than we found it. When you look at the youth voter turnout in the 2022 midterms, they delivered key wins for the Democrats. Younger voters aged 18 to 29, which, by the way, now the Republicans want to raise the voting to age 28. Younger voters were the only voter group by age to overwhelmingly support Democrats in the midterms. 63% of voters voted for Democratic House candidates. I think my friend, Cornell Belker, and Cornell as well, he says there are really two electorates, one older and one younger, fighting to take this country in very different directions. The Republican Party has to get with it. They are dying out.
Well, and
they are being
we're going to talk more about that, Sunny. We're up on time here.
Yeah, I don't actually know where she's getting her facts from, really. Don't look at me. I know I'm quite smart, but I don't have the answers for everything, okay? The only thing I can probably come up with is maybe she's taken a little visit to her local recycle bin, because that's what people do now, right? They just recycle each other's opinions that they see on Twitter. She's just seen a tweet. This is what it comes down to. She's just seen a tweet and thought, yeah, you know what? That's awesome. That is correct. I have not seen really any Republicans call. I've not seen any. Let's just put it out there. I've not seen anybody call for the voting age to be increased to 28. Yeah, I've seen people call for it to be increased, but not to 28. So I think that's a bit of a reach. Seems like somebody's quite emotional. Do I think, however, the voting age should be increased? Potentially. Whoa, I know that's controversial. Just hear me out. I find it crazy, right? And this goes for the whole world, not just America. I find it crazy that the younger generation can lay in bed all day, scroll on TikTok, and then do those said TikTok dances and then get up and vote, not knowing anything about politics or anything going on in the world. And those people are the same people who are easily manipulated, easily controlled just to go along with anything that's going on in the world. They just sit there and know that, yeah, okay, then they get up and vote for the current agenda going on. That's why I think people should maybe get a little bit of life experience, gain some intelligence, create their own thought and opinions, not just repeat somebody else's and then have the ability to vote. Maybe I'm just getting too controversial, who knows. But what I find extremely hilarious, ladies and gentlemen, about Sunny Hostin bringing up the younger generation, I think we can all tell these people vote Democrats, right? Most of them do. So when I see their darling Kamala Harris come out and say this about the younger generation.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
I think to myself, do these people, these apparent smart people, know what their leaders are advocating for and not just repeating tweets that they've seen on social media? Who knows, huh? However, her hate for Republicans doesn't stop there. Oh, no, it's the theme of the whole video. She then decides to call Ron DeSantis the devil. She sits there and says, Ron DeSantis looked like the devil. I really think she needs to sit back, relax, look in the mirror, and research what the Democrat Party are pushing onto kids these days, because to me and many others, that's quite devilish behavior in itself. Anyway, listen to her call Ron DeSantis the devil. What?
People think that DeSantis is quite clever, and that part of his cleverness is that he got the undocumented people on planes and flew them to Martha's Vineyard. Like, that is allegedly like a funny thing. I just found it to be mean. So I think it really depends on what your sense of humor is.
I've never heard he was clever. I've heard he doesn't have a charisma when he speaks, which is the opposite.
I've heard that he's very, very clever, and I think
Who told you he was clever?
Who told you he was clever?
He's been.
It's on the notes that he's clever?
It's been written about that he's very clever and that he's very smart.
You
He's
know
very
him, don't
smart. He's very smart and not known for being a retail politician. He can't do the folksy and like kissing babies and touching hands.
But he can do
kissing
those
babies. There is. I don't trust anyone that
he does those gotcha moments like, haha,
That's true.
you're in Martha's Vineyard now. Look how clever I am. I thought he looked like the devil in doing that.
He did.
So, I don't know if I've got the wrong end of the stick here, but from what I can see and what I can decipher, she's saying that it's mean to take people who enter America illegally to Martha's Vineyard. But, you know, in other cases, they might have been left on the streets or been taken to the slums. But no, taking them to Martha's Vineyard, is mean. Listen, darling, a lot of Americans in your own country are homeless, right? Homelessness is on the rise. You just need to go to California. Most of the people haven't experienced the privilege of going to a place that looks appealing like Martha's Vineyard. So to say people who enter your country illegally are being treated unfairly and they get put into those certain positions is absolute insanity, and it goes for the UK as well. I know there'll be people sat there saying, well, the UK is just as bad. Yeah, I know. People can enter this country illegally, and they're in their own right to do so, by the way. You know, I can't control that. People do have to leave their own countries, but those people can then enter our country and get more benefits than the people who are actually born here. And I'll give you a story, right? I'll give you the perfect example of my mother. I don't live with her, but I know she's struggling. I know she's struggling to pay for her bills. But if she was illegal, if she came into this country illegally, she would find it easier. I almost feel like saying to my mum, you know, why don't you leave the country, come back illegally, and you'll feel like you're in a different country. You'll feel like you can actually get along in the month without having to worry about money. That's how insane the world is. And just having that thought and opinion makes me the bad one. But I've just pointed out a load of common sense that people, especially on the left, don't want to accept. But according to Sonny Hostin, it's mean to take people to Martha's Vineyard, somewhere appealing like that, instead of the streets, the slums, you know. Whoever gives this show airtime really needs to sit down and question what they're doing. But the hate doesn't stop there, and this ends with the whole panel sending hate to the Republican Party, because they then go on to disrespect, some would say, the looks of certain Republican members. They go on to pose the question, who will wear more makeup between Kari Lake and Donald Trump?
Do you think Kari Lake would be Donald Trump's running mate?
I still kind of think so, because he doesn't think he
that would be like a Sarah Palin choice.
Well, you know
But
what?
it's
He's going to
Donald
have
Trump.
to fist fight Elise Stefanik. She will have to.
It won't be Elise
That'll
Stefanik.
be a match between those two.
I
want it so bad.
It won't be Elise.
Would he take,
she thinks it will
would
be,
he
but it
take
won't be.
Kari Lake? Because she was this promised, like, star that was not.
She's already tweeting that
with
something
him.
went wrong in Arizona and kind of leaning into it was stolen from her.
Haven't
so
we
he
heard this
convinces
story
himself-
before?
She did a very nasty tweet against Liz Cheney, calling her a warmonger and other things. She's not a nice girl.
The question's going to be who's going to wear more makeup, Kari Lake or Donald Trump?
Okay.
And who's going to have the better filter?
I think some insecurities are flaring up here. And it's not on Kari Lake's or Donald Trump's side. It just shows you, right, from what I've shown you, that these people have nothing intelligent to say. And the worst part is, right, the people in the crowd, they just nod their heads and laugh like, seals, as we know. And they always say, right, the hate that these people are delivering, this type of hate, never comes from the top. It always comes from the bottom. I think it just comes down to the fact, right, some of these women are a bit jealous that Donald Trump can pull off a spray tan better than some of them. I think that's what it really comes down to, you know. And Kari Lake, I might add, looks better than most of you on that panel. And so does Donald Trump. But what do you think of the TV show The View, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think it's stunning? Do you think it's brave? Do you think it's progressive? I would like to know. Or are you in the same boat as me? That would be very interesting to see. If you have enjoyed today's video, ladies and gentlemen, then please for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. But until next time, until tomorrow, it has been your boy, JD. Please for me, make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace. See you next time.